Hello, I'm Eric Wilson, and we're going to be talking about the new fancy-dancy Blackboard inline grading system. And we're just to get started. We got lots to cover, and let's switch sides here for you. And the yo-ho Blackboard inline grading for me. The reason I call it yo-ho is because I also work for Orange Coast College, and we're the pirates. There you go. So let's talk about the objectives here. By the time we finish this wonderful one-hour session, I think it'll be a wonderful one-hour session, describe and prepare assignment tool, describe and prepare discussion tool. And I'm not going to dig too much into those, but I want to spend most of the time today on differentiating assignments and discussion inline grade system. Okay? It's a new thing. It's really cool. You may not have it yet. We'll talk about that in just a minute. So now, who's me? That's me. That's the picture, and I'm there, and I'm going to wave and see how you guys doing. I have 25 years of computer experience. I think it's more than that, and I can't even count my years anymore. I've been in education, and mostly higher education, for the last 15 years, and I work at Coast Community College District. Been there for 13 years. I'm sorry, 12 years. I keep saying 13, I don't know why. 12 years. I'm a what's called information systems trainer, and I'm being moved over to the district office and be what's called IT facilitator. So I'm excited. I train faculty, staff, and sometimes I train the students on how to use our different technology we have, including Blackboard, Microsoft Office, Banner, which is my, our, what's called My Site, and so on. And we're doing a lot of changes in that stuff in our district. I'm also a part-time faculty. I've taught for OCC, Coast College, and Coastline, and I will be teaching this fall at Saddleback College part-time. And I'm also a part-time professor at Kaplan University, where I teach management classes and business classes. I have a master's in education and an MBA, and a crazy wife and a nutty kid at home. I'm just kidding. Okay, so let's get started. You're going to see me doing live stuff, and so that screen where you see me, I'm going to do the Blake Shelton thing. That's going to be just disappearing in just a little bit. But what I want to talk to you, in order to do or to have what you're going to see, you've got to have Blackboard Live 9.1 with Service Pack 11 or later. Okay. Most of the schools, from what I'm hearing from talking to several schools, are waiting to do that this summer, which is the ideal thing to do, because then you have less people online, of course. Or they just installed it and don't know how to use it. You want to also make sure you use supported browser. And I will share with you my own experience. I highly recommend that you stick to Firefox. Firefox is certified and it works well. Internet Explorer works okay. This is just my experience. I recommend Firefox. Safari works very well, and Google Chrome also works pretty well. But the smoothest I've seen is Firefox. You're going to be grading on your computers and not tablets. And what I'm saying here is because until Blackboard makes a Blackboard mobile for teachers, and I know they're working on something like that. Don't quote me on that. I don't want to get in trouble. But it's best that you do these grading inline on a computer. It could be a laptop, it could be a computer, but don't use like iPads, the iPhone, the smartphones. It just doesn't work. It won't work. Plus, you may go blind after a couple of them because the screen is so small, and you need a big screen. So the laptops will work beautifully. If you use Windows, you can use Macintosh. If you're on the Linux system such as Ubuntu, those work just fine as well. So, and the purpose of inline grading, and I know people are saying, why do they call it inline? You'll see just a little bit. But it really helps advance us to paperless grading. Paperless grading is so awesome because then we can save the trees, we can save money, the students don't have to print up anything. They can turn it right online. Here's the best part. You can view, with the inline system, you can view the assignments and the discussion and grade them on the same screen. You'll be able to see everything. You'll be able to do all the stuff, and then on the other side, you can grade, you can do comments, and it's really cool. Now, just a little tip for you, and I give a lot of tips, okay? But to use the inline system for the assignment, you need to use approved document types that Blackboard endorses or allows for, which is Microsoft Word, text files, PDF, one more, JPEG. I think it's JPEG for images if you're teaching a Photoshop class online or something like that. You can do JPEGs. Anything else with that, what's going to happen is just come up with a little icon, and you have to click on it and download it, and we'll be able to see it on the screen. The other thing, I don't know if I have it on here. Here, what inline grading does not work is non-supported types of documents. Whether it's OpenOffice, LibreOffice, Google Docs, they need to be converted to Word. Okay, you'll still be if the student forgets and they turn in an open document ODT, then what happens is the icon on the screen and you click on it, then you'll be able to download if you have the program. The use of the text and content box in Blackboard, that new content editor that you can type into the Blackboard system, that's available in the assignments area. But those stuff that are put in that are typed in there by the students, you will not be able to see it. It will not work. They know about it and they're working on it. They may have it fixed by the summer. Blackboard will probably be at the conference. We can definitely ask them. Maybe they can give us an update on that. Okay, let's do a demo. If you just bear with me, I'm going to turn off the video. You'll still hear my beautiful voice. And then I'm going to switch to Blackboard on my side. Okay? Be right back. Bye-bye for now, but hang in there. And then we're going to switch the applications there. Okay, now, there we go. Okay, I'm gonna give me 1 second. I just want to see if my moderator is seeing the screen, just checking here. Is someone seeing my moderator seeing my screen? You should see purple. Or the caption. Can the caption people see it? Okay, I'm going to go ahead and go for this. All right. So, and this is just a class that I've been writing for in my school here for the Computer Center. And what I'm going to do is just show you real quickly how to set up the assignment tools and the discussion tool real quick. You should be pretty much familiar with that. The assignment tool is under assessment. Anything that involves measurement or measurement and attainment is going to be under assessment. And they have the assignment right here. And this is what it looks like blank. Yeah, and what I'm going to do, let me go back out and let me show you the one that I made so you can see a better understanding what I've done. And there we go. We have the name and a color. You can choose a color, of course, in one of those. I don't use them, but I put the name there. And then in here, I put exactly what they need to do. And this is where it will be very specific. And if you notice, I've got only Microsoft Word document is accepted. And I've got it highlighted. Okay? It's always good to be really, really specific in there so that students can catch that. And this is for you if you need to attach a worksheet or if you need to put something in there that goes with the assignment. You want to put in the possible points in it, so that will be added to the Grade Center. Now, if you're using a rubric, and I don't have time to show you the rubric here, and that's a whole other class in itself, but you can use the rubric, and then that'll just override the points possible, and then you can use a rubric as far as grading in the inline grading system. And you got your normal availability here. You have allow single attempt, unlimited attempt, or multiple attempts. And a little hint for you. If you leave it on single attempt and you want your students to have another shot at it, like they they're working hard on, they're not going to be able to turn it in online again. So my suggestion is you might want to change this to like 2, the number of attempts 2. They won't see it, but you will know that they have one more shot at it. Okay? Your limited availability, if you have to keep it available. And when you do that, that means it shows on the screen, and we have it display until it just disappears off the student screen. You'll be able to see it, but it'll be grayed out. Track number of views allows you to, if you have that on, you can get a statistical report of who sees it and who does not see it. Not just the numbers, but the names of the students. So that's really cool. Then we have the due dates right here. This is really, I think this is very important for assignments. The reason is because then it gets marked in the Grade Center when it's due. That way, if any students try to turn in, or if you let them turn in after the due date, it'll be marked late in the Grade Center. So you might want to keep that in mind. Also, Blackboard has readapted the calendar tool. So if you put a due date, it'll show up in the calendar tool as well as the other My Institution and other information. And this is for who gets it. Who gets it, who don't get it. I'm just kidding. The all student individual, that means everybody in the class, or if you're using the group system, you can use this area too. So I'm going to go ahead and click on cancel for right now, and I changed the due date, that's why. Okay, and this is what the assignment looks like. Okay? Now, with that in mind, I'm going to show you what the discussion tool looks like, just again, really quick. Okay, you make a discussion board, and then you make some other, you have to, it's a two-step process. You have to make a link to a discussion board page, which I do have right here. So I'm going to go back over there. That's the discussion board. Each of these are forms. Okay, they're forms. And look how they're spelled. It's kind of like A Funny Thing Happened to Me and The Ways of the Form musical. It's kind of like that. That's the best way to memorize. You click on Create Forms, and you got almost the same stuff here. But again, this is where you want to give it a title. Be very specific here. You got your forms availability information, and then you got the viewing. I'm not going to go through all this, because that's a whole other class in itself. But it does allow for points possible. Okay? So you can grade discussion forum and grade threads. Now threads is where you grade them. If they're showing in threads, you grade the entire thread. Or you just do the overall discussion for that student. Okay? So all the other stuff is kind of self-explanatory right there. You can allow file management if you don't want them to add files and that kind of stuff. Okay? We'll click cancel. Now, these are, again, each of these are a form, or is a form, I should say, is a form. And then you can read these, you can tell it's got 9 total posts there, 9 unread. I've just been playing with this, and so on. Now, Gradebook Inline, Grade Center Inline. So where we go? Duh, Grade Center. Hello. There it is. And I have to tell you, I love this Grade Center. I really do. It's my favorite tool, one of my favorite tools on the whole system. The Grade Center has, you can access the stuff that needs to be graded in 2 different ways. You can go to the full Grade Center, okay, and then you get everybody in here. And then you got to start looking for, okay, oh, someone did a post there, and then you get, oh, needs grading. If you ever want to find out what they need to do, what those symbols mean, click on Icon Legend, and it gives you all the icons that are available in the Blackboard. Now, the other way you can do it, which I like, is you automatically get the needs grading. Needs grading is it's called a quick tools. And if you click on the needs grading, it's going to show you, first of all, what this is saying is there's an assignment called Grandstand Word Assignment, and it's going to show you the attempts. I'm just going to make a list from oldest to newest. So you don't have to go to the Grade Center and look at each of the columns. It just goes boom, 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 boom. Okay? Now, if you notice that the discussion is not in here, and that's because I didn't close it, and I don't have a due date on it. Okay? So, notice here it's got assignment, and it's the user attempt. That was me as a student. Now the date submitted. So all I have to do is hover my mouse over to the name of the assignment, click on the arrow, and then grade all users. And then what this does, it goes even further. It will allow you to grade them as you're going. You're just going to move to the next person. You're not going to have to go back to that. Just move right to the next person, which is really cool. Here it is. This is so cool. Are you ready for this? This is the inline grading system. Okay? Here is the area where you can actually see the Word document. Okay? You cannot annotate in here. Okay? In order to annotate, you're going to have to do something else. So let me finish showing you around the screen here. You can zoom out, zoom in. You can add a comment. That's about the only thing you can do. You can't do like in Word, you can't go highlights or strikes for that kind of stuff. You'll have to do a couple extra steps. It's not that big of a deal. What you can also do is just use the add comments, and then you can use these tools. You have a comment tool. Oh, I'm sorry, I take that back. We did get an update on this. I'm sorry. Okay, so you can draw, you can highlight, you can do a text, and you can do a strike through. I'm sorry, I take that back. Okay, so a couple days ago this wasn't working, so I wasn't sure. So what you could do is, so for example, let's say I want to make a comment on here and do a point comment, you can do an area comment, and you can do a text comment. So we finally got those in there. So I'm going to go ahead and do the point comment for now. And then see how that does like in Microsoft Word? And it also puts your name there. Okay? Be sure to use make-up names for next assignment. Okay? And then, I'm trying to keep my screen small for you so you can see everything now. I'm going to do another one. Let's do an area comment. Okay? So I can do a comment right there. I can also do a text comment. And look at the colors you can use too. Got yellow. That's the typical highlight colors. Woohoo! I didn't have to go to the store and get highlighters. Yeah! Okay. So I'll just go and highlight this stuff, and it gives me another box. And I'm going to say, wait, starting point. Okay? How cool is that? Okay. So you could do that through here. You could do all this stuff here. And this is because this Blackboard is 9.10, probably 12 is my guess. That's probably the reason why I see this. They just installed this. Okay, this is course sites, by the way. This is not my school. My school is behind that patch. So in order to do this, I had to use my course site account. Okay, so then you go down to the next page. You continue doing your comments and that kind of stuff using these tools. And also do up and down arrow and that kind of stuff. And there, you can put the feedback over here. In the grade feedback, grader feedback. By the way, this comments here is from the students. And I encourage students to give me comments. I tell them in your assignment assignment tool, feel free to give me comments what you think about the assignment. Did you have fun? Did you struggle? That kind of stuff. Because it gives me feedback and lets me know how well this assignment works for the class. So I'll put greater feedback, great, spell right, great paper, and illustrations. You went above and beyond the directions and did a wonderful job. Here we go. Now, before I click submit, if you want to go further into annotation, or if it's a document that is not supported, like OpenOffice Doc or Google Doc, whatever, then you're going to have to download those. And you click on this button right here, download. Okay? Just click it and download it, you grade it, and then if you need to reattach it, you just go over to here, with the paper clip, attach feedback files. That's all there is to it. You don't have to go out on the outside of the place. You don't have to do anything else. You just click on that one, and this will allow you to reattach a document that you did on your computer and put it into back into the assignment. And that way the student can see it. Okay, so the grade this guy is going to get is going to be 25. Okay, that's not for you. This is right here, grade 2. Okay. Now here's another thing that's been added. You can do save as draft, which is really cool because saving as draft allows you to, if you're working on it, you want to save it for later on, or you want to think about it, you can do that. Just remember that when you go back to needs grading, it's going to pop up again. Okay. So I'm going to click on submit. Whoops. And then there's all done. It's graded. I grade fast. No, it's just kidding. It's just one person. So now if you want to see what it looks like in the grade center, you can go to the full grade center. And there it is. And you can view it. You can view grade details. It's just going to go back to this screen. And you can edit. If you edit, it's going to take you back to that screen we just were. You can grade it again if you want to. You can clear attempt, so then you do it again. So that's something you may want to think about. Instead of doing the 2 attempts, you could do one single attempt. But you have to remember to come back here and clear that attempt if you want to try it again. I like even doing the 2 attempts because then you'll have it on record in here that they had 1 attempt and then a fix-up attempt. Does that make sense? I think that's really the better way to do it. You can view attempts here as well. And it just takes you right back. Then you can see all of your comments and markup in your collection. And this is exactly what the student's going to see, actually. Okay? So that's why I really recommend you stick to Word documents for the assignment. It's a little bit easier. Students don't have to use Microsoft Word. They can use any word processor that allows them to export to Word. So if they want to use Google Docs, they can do that. Just make sure that you save it as a Word document before turning it in here. LibreOffice is another one. It's free. Actually, it's very good. Again, they just need to save it as a Word document and turn it in online. Okay, let's take a look at the grade discussions. So let me go back over here. And as you notice, I've got a post here. Okay? And I'm going to go ahead and view grade detail. Excuse me. Allergies acting up there. And then we have grade user activity. Okay, if we click on that, and what it does, it's going to view the same type of screen, but look at this. This is mind-boggling. Here, you can you can see their post. If they have more than one, you're going to see a thread. Okay, you're going to see this one, you'll see the next one, you'll see the next one down here. It continues down. So you're going to see everything that they've done for that form. Okay? Here's the best part. look at the form statistics. So I have a statistics of Eric P. Rosen. Date of last post is May 13th. This is where it comes very handy because if you grade one and they haven't been up for 2 weeks, you can go, well, wait a minute, what's going on? Average post length is 860. Average post position is 1. So if I require them to do an initial and 2 responses, then that should be a 3. Okay. So you get your statistics here. So it does a very good job with that. Now, I'm going to grade this person. I'm going to click on Edit Grade. And I can give the points. I'm going to give it a 6. And I'm going to say, now, feedback is what the student sees. Grading notes is not what the student sees. That's for you only, as a faculty and grader, okay? Its feedback allows, it goes to the student. This one does not go to the student, okay? Grade initial discussion. Where are your responses to your colleagues? Would love to see, and love to see your insight. Okay, always use encouragement, that kind of stuff. And then I can use the text editor if I want to. That'll make me allow me to have this. Okay, how do I do that? You go into Edit Grade, and you click to the text editor. I click on that, and that comes up, and then you get the so you get this more space if you want to. Now, and notice if you do that, the stuff that I just did in here is still available. Okay, but it will not show until I click Save Grade. Okay, so stay there. And that would be only on the computer you're working with. So if you go onto another computer and grade the same person, your chances of seeing what you started there is very slim because it's probably into what's called the cookies of the web browser. Okay? So I'm going to click Save Grade. Okay? Now I got the grade 6 out of 10. Graded date, which is handy, so the student knows when you graded it, and you also know. And then you got your comments. Okay? Now I'm going to go ahead and click on Exit right here. Oh, by the way, you can also do a print preview. What that does, unfortunately you're not going to be able to see it on the screen example, but it allows you, so if you're going to be on an airplane, you can't use your computer, you can print them and then grade them and then go back to grade if you want to. It does not allow the downloading or collection at this point in time. Okay, so I'm going to click on Exit. And just like the inline assignment, it shows you the information right here, and you're all set. Return to the Grade Center if you want to. You can do anything you want in there. It shows you right there. So that's how the inline grading system works. It's very nice. It allows you to see everything, but you have to remember it's got to be on a compatible document type. And I would strongly recommend you stick to text or Word, and that's all for the assignment inline grading. So, I'm sure you'll be seeing more and more nice tools showing up. And if you have any questions, feel free to email me at me. I don't have the PowerPoint for that, but I'm E. Wilson. That's EWILSON at occ.ccce.edu. Be glad to answer your questions. My name and email is also going to be listed in the program, so you're always more welcome to check that out too. Thank you for watching, and enjoy the rest of your visit to the conference, and take care. Bye-bye.